Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tone Loc here, and there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk about, so I thought a vlog would be the perfect format for it, since it's kind of an avenue to deliver a lot of different topics in a single video. So I actually vowed never to do a vlog when I first started this channel, but I'm gonna have to break that promise to myself because there's just a lot of stuff to talk about. So I think we're gonna break this bad boy up into a 3-course meal. The appetizer is going to be an introduction of myself. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, the channel, why I started the channel, what I actually do outside of the channel, so you can kind of get to know me and get to know the state of our channel and our mission and such. And then we're going to go into the main course. We're going to go into the meat and potatoes. We're going to talk about copyright strikes and how it works on YouTube and how YouTubers and maybe viewers also are affected by the dichotomy of copyright strikes and YouTube's policies, or I guess lack of policies, but we'll get into that later. And then of course we gotta have a fancy dessert with our dinner, so we're gonna talk about the near future for Downward Thrust and what you guys can expect from us in terms of content, because we got some pretty cool ideas. So who am I and what is Downward Thrust? I created Downward Thrust in the summer of 2016, which was about 10 months ago, and the story of what led me to make that decision is really interesting and a really cool story, so I think you're really gonna like it. Now obviously I had to pick a name for the YouTube channel, and one of my favorite games of all time was Zelda 2 on the NES. Yes, I am one of those Zelda 2 lovers, love them or hate them. And there was this move where you could learn this downward thrust where you could jump and then stab a bitch on the way down, and I really thought that was awesome. So I started my YouTube channel and I was like, okay, I want to name it Downward Thrust and kind of homage to the classic Link and Zelda of the past. Unbeknownst to me, that move was actually called Down Thrust. So I kind of kicked myself not having researched it, because I would have loved the name of the channel to be Down Thrust, right? Because that is the move that he made, my favorite move of all time in any video game. But I guess that actually it's for the best, because we all know how Nintendo is a bunch of buttholes when it comes to, you know, taking your money on YouTube. So let's just say I'm glad I didn't go with Down Thrust. So that was the story with the channel name. Now let's go on to the juicy story, which is myself actually. So I started YouTube in the summer of 2016, which is, you know, not more than 9 or 10 months ago. And leading up to it, I was that corporate America person that you see carrying the briefcase and the tie and the suit, and I was going to work for 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and I was just absolutely miserable. I had originally gone to school after high school, to college for economics, and I got my 4-year degree in economics. And then I went into a master's program called an MBA, which is just Masters of Business Administration. And there I took on another 3-year program to kind of live out the corporate dream, right? I got my double master's in finance and business analytics, which is kind of why you see me talk a lot about numbers, and you see a lot of graphs and trends and stock analysis from me pertaining to video games, obviously, but that's because that's my background, right? That's my strength. Now, if I can go into a quick tangent, I really want to discuss this concept of strengths versus weaknesses, and this can obviously pertain to YouTube or gaming, but this is just kind of something I'm very passionate about in general. So, don't ever let anyone tell you to work on your weaknesses. Excel at the things that you're good at, because in order to succeed in life, whether it's at YouTube or your job or whatever the fuck you're doing, you need to be better than everyone else. And the only way to do that is to drop your weaknesses and excel at the things you're already good at to make yourself the best possible version of yourself. So that's kind of how I view YouTube and my YouTube channel, right? I went to school for business. I love video games. So how can I merge, how can I merge these two things together to create a unique product? And that's what Downward Thrust to me really is all about. We have a mission statement here that I created. It's basically a 3-pronged mission statement. Basically, we want quality, conciseness, and creativity. And those are my strengths as a person, right? I'm a very creative person. I'm actually a musician on the side. Well, not really, but I do play guitar. I've been playing for 15 years. I write my own music. which I'll probably share at some point in the channel. I do some video game music as well, you know, some Chrono Cross shit, you know, all like awesome acoustic stuff. And then obviously the conciseness comes from my professional background, right? Let's go ahead and go into that first, and then we can talk about the quality metric that we kind of measure our channel with. So I am, like I said, I got my master's a few years back. And then while I was doing so, I took a couple jobs down in the Bay Area. I actually live in California. And all of those jobs were basically business analyst jobs, right? Business analysis, stock analysis, just anything that pertains process improvements or running reports and delivering you know, presentations to directors and whatnot. So I learned very quickly in my professional life that the key to getting someone's attention, right? And yeah, that's me snapping my fingers, is to deliver the message, right, in the most organized, concise way that's easily digestible. And, you know, going back to our mission statement, that's what the concise portion of Downward Thrust is all about, right? I work my ass off, trust me, behind the scenes, to write, rewrite, edit down, trim up, all these scripts that you see coming out. Like every single video you guys make, you guys see me put out, I've agonized over it, right? To make it really concise and organized. And there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is that I respect your time, straight up. If you guys are watching me on a daily basis, which I really appreciate, by the way, it's not every day that someone can get another person to tune into their own personal thoughts. And time is money, right? You could be making money, you could be playing video games, you could be doing anything with your time. If you choose to do it and spend your time with me, you know, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes every few days, I really value that. And in return, okay, this is where it gets really important. In return, I want to make sure that the content you guys are getting from me respects your time, right? I'm never going to repeat myself. I'm never going to dumb down my content. I'm never going to talk to you like you're a small child. I expect you, if you're tuning into my content, that you're able to follow along with my presentation because it's so highly curated, right? I expect you to be able to follow along with me, and I respect your time. So I'm never going to repeat myself. Like I said, I'm never going to do anything to waste your time. So that's one of my mission statements for the YouTube channel, is to be concise and organized and respect your time. Now, the other part of it is quality. I have spent a lot of money on this channel. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are hearing me on an RE20 with a babyface interface. You know, that's $1,600 right off the bat. I just bought a $4,000 new computer to stream and do 1440p content for you guys. So I have a very big investment in the YouTube channel. And of course we're making money on the channel. Actually pretty good money actually at this point, given our subscriber count. But just know that the word quality is always in the back of my mind. And I work very hard to make sure that gets portrayed in our videos, right? I do a lot of editing. I do a lot of motion graphics, just because I want you to stay engaged, right? I don't want to be just the average YouTuber who uploads YouTube videos and doesn't do any cutting, right? It's just boring, and I have a tendency to tune out during those videos, so I make sure to avoid that. It's more work for me, but I feel like it creates a better end product as a result, and you guys deserve that as my subscribers. So that's kind of our mission statement, and before we jump into the next subject for this vloggy thingy, I do want to kind of finish my conversation about my journey to building Downward Thrust, and this is kind of the really interesting part of the story. So, like I said, I got my master's, and then I ran off to the big insurance company to do this kind of management program. It was a 12-month management rotational program, very sought after job. I had to beat out, I think it was 700 in-person applicants on the first interview day, and there was 3 interview days. Those 700 people got wilted down to 70, and then those 70 got wilted down to 15, and then on the 3rd day they chose 6 of those people to be future managers for their company, one being myself. And I was actually really excited until I got into the program. And if you know anything about me and you kind of you can kind of gauge my personality from the videos. You know that I don't put up with any bullshit. Straight up, I don't let anyone talk down to me or anyone that I care about, nor do I ever do that in return to anyone else. Respect is so important to me. Even if you come into our channel, right, and you want to plague our YouTube comment section with negativity or racism, or you want to call someone a dick, I'm going to immediately ban you. Right? There's no if and buts about it. You're getting banned, and I'm not even going to read your comment, right? The first word I see, the first disrespectful thing I see out of your mouth, you're getting banned. And the great thing about YouTube is it's a ghost ban, so you don't know you're getting banned. You're going to be commenting on our future videos, but no one's going to see them. So I started Downward Thrust because the company I was working for after my master's, they didn't promote the ability to speak your mind and give ideas and be dynamic and really go off and make really big changes for the company. They didn't want to be changed. They just wanted you to just sit there, absorb the information, and then just be kind of like a zombie, right? And I couldn't do it anymore, so I quit my job in the summer of 2016, and I started Downward Thrust, and here we are now. And I couldn't be happier. I love the ability to be creative and to wake up every morning and think to myself, well, I can be as creative as I want, and I can do anything that is interesting to me, and I don't have anyone telling me what to do. So I'm hoping we can continue to grow the channel, and I'm thinking about maybe setting up a Patreon in the near future. I've been asked a lot of times to open my donation window up with Patreon, and the reason I haven't done so right now is because I feel like I haven't earned it. Not in the sense that I haven't put out good content. I love the content I make, and by the way, I started this channel because I wanted to make content that I wanted to watch, because I was having a hard time finding really creative, interesting, well-organized content. So I thought to myself, well, if I can't find it, then that means there's an opportunity there. So I made the channel on the basis that I'm going to love the content I put out. And by the way, whenever you love to do something in life, when you're putting something together, when you're building something or creating something, the end product is so much better than if you're just doing it for the money, right? Which is exactly why I don't take sponsorship deals or any of that bullshit, because I'm in control of the channel and I want to do whatever I want to do because it's going to make the best end product when I'm really passionate about the material I'm working on. So the reason I'm going to open up a Patreon in the near future is because currently we're doing maybe like 2 videos per week, and at the current rate, I can already see it coming. There's going to be a little bit of burnout on my end. It's very hard to be a one-man army on YouTube and put out really consistent quality videos that are highly scripted, right? It's a big process, right? I have to develop the idea. I have to write the script. I have to rewrite the script. I have to play a bunch of games to get footage, download all sorts of trailers to make the video interesting. I have to record the audio, do the script. I have to edit the video, render the video, upload the video, do all the marketing myself. It's just so much work. And honestly, it's just way more work than I had anticipated before I actually started YouTube. So I'm thinking about opening a Patreon, not just arbitrarily, but I actually want to use that money to hire someone to help me build content. And I don't know if this is going to be someone to be a second voice on the channel, but at least someone to help me edit videos and write my scripts and just help me out with my marketing and all that. And a Patreon would allow me to do that. And that's going to translate for you guys as more videos per week. So there's going to be a real tangible reward for helping me out financially, right? We're just going to get more videos. And I'm hoping at the end of the rainbow to be able to do a video every other day. So that's, 3.5 videos per, okay, just roll with me here. 3 or 4 videos per week. So I'll make an announcement when that happens. So, okay, so that's kind of all about the channel and the mission statement and what we're all about. So let's go on to the second topic of the video, which is fucking copyright strikes. So if you saw my video on Sniper Shit Warrior 3, I mean Sniper Ghost Warrior 3, excuse my language there. The game is poopy, what can I say? You know that I created a video called Buyer Beware, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. I got a review copy for the game by CI Games and Evolve PR, which is their marketing firm, and it was supposed to be a review of the game. But I didn't enjoy it, so I just wanted to warn people about the game. Just, hey, maybe you should wait off until they patch things because it was really buggy and such. So I put out the video, and I got around the embargo by only showing footage that was already on YouTube. Let me just say right now that that's not the right way to do things. I apologize to CI Games on behalf of my treatment of their game, not in the way I analyze the game, but in how I kind of approach the embargo, right? As a YouTuber, it's my responsibility, right? I have a responsibility to adhere to the guidelines that I agreed to. And I agreed to not show any footage before the embargo date, and I did. And although it was, I don't want to justify my own actions, but I do want to say one thing, right? It was just in this intention of making people aware. And at times, that is a personality flaw with me, right? I always like to speak up, and I want to inform and I want to educate, and sometimes I've got this little chip on my shoulder that says, you know, I can do whatever I want. And let me just say right now, once again, that's not the way I'm going to approach situations in the future, because I want to be a big YouTuber one day, and I want some influence, and I want to be able to influence the industry as a whole. And I'm not going to get there by kind of maneuvering my way around situations and doing things that I shouldn't be doing. So once again, I apologize. Shouldn't have done that. However, what they did to me by taking my video down is another thing, okay? They took my video down and claimed that I was infringing on copyright material, which is a completely different animal in itself, right? This is something that Nintendo, Sega, you know, Sega of the past anyway, Nintendo does this to steal people's money because they don't want you to play Zelda music or show Zelda footage or any Nintendo product footage or anything related to Nintendo because they want to take your money. And it's fucking bullshit. To have someone come on your channel and be like, no, we don't want this video up, is complete and utter trash. YouTubers like myself that are not in a network, we have no protection from this, right? Any single company could come onto my channel right now and say in the YouTube claim form, I don't like what this guy's saying about my channel, I'm taking the video down, there's nothing you could do about it. If that's not the biggest oversight by Google ever, I don't know what is, right? The only repercussions they have for doing so is for me to rebut the form by saying, no, I am within my rights of doing it, so please take the copyright strike down and let me put my video back up, right? They have no legal obligation to do so, right? It is a producer's, basically, environment on YouTube unless you're in a network, so I don't think it was the right thing to do on my end, but then I also don't think it was the right thing for CI Games to take down my video as a whole, because I do believe the message of that video was very valid, and that's exactly how the game was upon launch. So you have to understand the separation between the embargo situation, my bad, right, even though my intentions were good, and the copyright strike, which is basically infringement. They have nothing to do with one another, so I think some good things are going to come out of this, though. I promise to you that I'm never going to lose that fighting spirit, you know, warning you guys about shitty games, telling the truth, calling it how it is. I'm never going to lose that, I promise you that. But I'm going to do it in a more practical and transparent fashion going forward, so just know that. Okay, so let's talk about, finally, this new idea I have for the channel in the future for Downward Thrust. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing first impressions, and, you know, let me know if you guys actually want this or not. If you don't want this, then I will not explore this opportunity, but I feel like there is an opportunity out there to do kind of a condensed version of what John Total Biscuit does with his WTF series, which is basically me going out and finding, you know, cool games to look at that may be under the radar or games that are coming out soon, and basically doing unscripted commentary over, you know, my gameplay footage that I've experienced within a few hours of the game. Kind of just give you guys a little bit of tease of if the game's good, what you can expect from it. Not a full review, but I think it'll give me the opportunity to cover more games doing so. And the format looks fairly easy. Well, not easy, but definitely less work than a review because you have to play the game less, you don't have to write a script and all this jazz. So do you guys want a series that will probably be about 15 to 20 minutes long, where we talk about new games coming out that you can expect to get information from. If you do, let me know. If you don't, if you just want to watch John's WTF Is, I watch it too. Guilty of that. It's a good series. You can tell me that straight up too. Don't do this. Just stick to your current format, because your videos are all we want. So that kind of wraps up what I wanted to talk about today. Just a couple more random things. The new computer I built that I spent $4,000 on does not work, and we had to take it all apart and send it back. There was some weird ass issue regarding connectivity to applications, some sort of firewall issue that got really out of control, and got all the new parts for the PC today and tonight. So I'm going to be building that new PC probably tomorrow, and we're going to be back to 1440p by no time. So I'm stoked about that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to check out here. Let me guys know if you like the vlogs. This is my first vlog. I feel like I've been rambling forever. Maybe next one I could try to be a little bit more concise, but I hope you guys have a really awesome, kick-ass week. I hope it's not too hot where you're at. I'm in California, and good Lord, was it hot today. I was at the pool getting crisp. Seriously, like Colonel Sanders, man, I was on fire just begging for a snow cone today. Anyway, I hope you guys have a not so infernal rest of your week than I will. But look out in the near future for a couple of really cool videos. I'm going to do a couple discussion videos on some topics that I don't think anyone's ever covered. So cool stuff to come. Peace out, guys.